Hey everybody, Colin Lovering back here again at the beautiful Massia office to tell you a little bit more from my book, The Psychological Advantage. Today I want to touch on the subject of business decision making or consumer decision making and share a couple of bits from the book with you. The first thing is about how we try to persuade or influence consumers or customers to buy our product or service. Two areas I want to share with you. The first one is called framing, is where we're really framing the product or service in a particular way. And I'll give you an example of this. If we're a manufacturer of yogurt, for instance, we can either frame it as 90% fat-free, or we can frame it as 10% fat. Both exactly the same yogurts, but the research says that nearly 3 or 4 times more people are going to buy the 90% fat-free because of the psychological and the word free and how powerful that is. So how we frame a product and really listening to the consumer, doing our research is vitally important. The other area is called loss aversion, and this is where we're focusing more on what the loss would be to a potential customer if they don't take our product or services, much more than the gain or the advantage or the savings. Another example of this, and it's come from Robert Cialdini and his team, did research into the energy sector. Basically, they had 50% of their people knocking on doors and saying, look, if you switch your energy supplier to us, you will save so many dollars per month. And then the second group of people were knocking on doors and saying to the potential customer, if you switch your energy supplier to us, we will show you how you can stop losing $50 a month or whatever the figure was. And there was an enormous shift of success towards this loss aversion. People are more fearful of losing something than actually gaining or saving something. The other area I mentioned is about our own business decision making and the challenges that entails. The first one is called a sunk cost fallacy, and it's when we have an investment and we continue to invest, but the project may be failing or stalling, or we know it's not going to work, but we continue to invest because of our own personal investment time and resources put into that, and indeed our pride. That is something a lot of businesses can actually fail on by this sunk cost fallacy, just keeping going when they should really sort of cut their losses and move on and learn from those experiences. And the other one, of course, is fear of failure, which in itself creates indecisiveness, and you get into a sort of world of not taking risks, which can affect your business going forward. Both are big and common challenges. In a data-driven world, there's lots of ways of avoiding these, getting objective information, learning from our failures, learning from our mistakes, and smiling and moving on and being better for it. And data insights, getting advice from not the usual suspects, but getting a broader span or audience of advice and thoughts and input, indeed, and just having a regular evaluation, anticipate those new hurdles. We know psychologically that it's going to happen, this could happen, that could happen, and we're kind of blind to that. We think, oh no, it'll be okay, I'll block my ears, I won't listen to it because I've invested and focused on this particular project. So having those regular evaluations and getting other people's input can be absolutely crucial. One final bit of advice, and I say this, whatever decision you're making, whether it's a career decision about a job, an investment, whatever it is imagine a year from now. So I'm shooting this video in September 2023. So right now, imagine it was September 2024. I've either made that decision or I haven't made that decision. And intuitively, we know what the answer is. This is the bit that takes away that emotional blindness, that we can face the reality of it and say, okay, if I take that job in a year's time, I'm not going to regret it. It's going to be good for me and I'm going to be moving forward. Okay, decision made. Or if I take that job I think I'm going to regret it, because if I stay here, it may take a little bit longer, but my career path could be a more fruitful one. So I'm not going to take the job. So throw yourself forward 1 year and think back, and that will hopefully help you make the decision. I hope that helps. Please click follow, subscribe. There'll be more and more of these videos coming along with some more news coming up in the not too distant future. So I hope it's useful. Take care, everybody, and have a fantastic few days ahead. Thank you.